Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. My name is Amista, and we are here to do a little bit of Reiki, do a little bit of tarot. More importantly, to catch up with some of my regulars, to meet some new people. We're just here to have fun this morning. It's a good day. We're here to celebrate the fact that we are alive, we are breathing. We get to do whatever we choose to do with our time today. And so we're just celebrating that. We are going to do some Reiki after I get done clearing a couple of card decks, and then we are going to look at what is our best manifestation advice over the next 24 hours. So it's a good idea to be thinking about what do you want to manifest over the next 24 hours so that when we get that advice, you'll have some of your energy mixed in here, so it'll be applicable for you as well. When we talk about what you want to manifest, this could be something that you really expect to be able to manifest within the 24 hours, or it can be something that is, something that might take a little bit more time, maybe. And so this is going to be best advice on moving whatever that manifestation is moving forward. So let's see, what do we have? What do we have for clearing our cards? We're about halfway done with this deck. We've already cleared the Lenormand. We're going to clear one more tarot before we get started. This deck is called the Hush Tarot. When I first saw it, I thought that was so fascinating. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool because, tarot is esoteric. It's secret things. Of course, the Hush Tarot. What a great name. And then what I found out as I was reading the book that came with the cards is that it's not all about secrecy. It's actually the guy who came up with this deck. It is his last name. Literally. So I thought that was pretty cool too. Like, what a great synchronicity that you would have a last name of Hush and you would come up with tarot cards. That's another pretty cool thing. Devyani, hello, hello, welcome. How are you today? Devyani, it looks like you've got a couple of accounts. Are you watching me from two places? Boopity doo doo, boopity doo. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, this is the Light Seers Tarot. I really like the colors in this, although I like the colors in the Hush as well. We're going to use this one for clarifications or extra information if we need it. We're really going to be using the Hush for our primary deck today. That's why that's the one pictured on the thumbnail. Just one account? Oh, so there's two? Oh, no, it's not two Devyanis. Okay, I apologize. Devyansha. Welcome, welcome, Devyansha. All right. Let's take a peek. We're going to start actually with the Reiki for today. I don't know why, but our little ocean jasper wants to be featured today, so we're going to just feature that right there. But first of all, we are going to do Reiki for 5 minutes. After that, we're going to do manifestation advice. After that, we will start doing messages from spirit or questions for people. If you want to start putting them in now, that is fine. That'll get you in line when I'm ready to make the line, but I probably will ask you to copy and paste and add that back into the chat whenever we're ready later on, just so I don't have to keep scrolling and scrolling. But let's get started with our Reiki first. You guys, I am going to set the intention on the Reiki for whatever is for each of your highest and best good. If you have something more specific you would like the Reiki to help you with, feel free to go ahead and adjust that intention. And also, if you put in the chat what you're using it for, I'm always curious what people are using the Reiki for whenever they come in here. So let's go ahead and get the Reiki started. And let's see, we started that at 36 after the hour. We're going to finish it up at 41 after the hour. We have 3 more minutes on that. Welcome, Jen. We're still doing Reiki. And 1 more minute of Reiki. Hello there, Eagle. Welcome. We've definitely got some energy going into somebody's heart chakra. Could be something physical going along there, heart, lungs, ribs, spine. But also, a lot of times, heart chakra has to do with healing emotional wounds, let's say, injuries, hurts, emotional hurts, processing. If we keep everything suppressed, then the Reiki can help us with unpacking that a little. And that's our 5 minutes. Oh, wow, I'm feeling super calm after that, y'all. Feel like somebody just gave me a gummy and told me to go lay down. I don't know how y'all are feeling because not everybody experiences Reiki the same way, and even every single Reiki session is going to be different than the last one. So I don't know. Some of y'all could be feeling energized, like you want to go clean your house from top to bottom. I don't know. That's not my experience, though. Anyway, let's move into tarot and let's do our best manifestation advice for today. I kind of feel like, you know how you feel after you've gone to a good singing bowl healing and you just want to lay on the floor and just keep soaking the energy up? That's what I feel like. I have to do some Reiki for myself later on, just individually. Oh, I'm so glad. So glad that that helped. Absolutely. So let's see. I may as well start writing right now for my list. We're going to do, let's see, Divyansha Mishra is going to be first with a question. And there's not a shrew, it's a sh. Mishra with a question. And then we had Jen in there for a message. And then Eagle. Eagle, remind me of your first name, honey. What is that again? I know I should know by now. My guess would be Laura. Melissa. Yep, good thing I asked you. Okay. Alrighty. Boop-a-da-doo-doo. So we've got our list started. But for right now, we're going to do best manifestation advice. You guys be thinking about what you want to manifest. That's where we're going right now. A general guidance towards love. What kind of love? Family love? Romantic love? What kind of love, Devyani? All right. So, best manifestation advice for everyone in the room and everyone who stumbles across this video later. Let's see what we have. Oh, the songbird, the page of cups. The songbird. Followed by our Queen of Wands in reverse. And the King of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. All right, so here's the thing. I think that there are some of us who are trying to create more energy or uplift the energy. So when I saw the songbird, obviously music comes straight on into the picture right off the bat. And then I'm not even sure what it was about this card. Maybe it's not even anything on the card. Maybe it was just psychically. But dance, dance. If we want to get our energy up, move our bodies. Move the body now. Start some music and start dancing so you can get some energy up. It's going to help you. It's going to help you actually get your energy up. It's also going to help clear the mind of some things that are not exactly where the synapses are not exactly connecting correctly. And we don't have that perspective that we would like to have. I know that's the King of Pentacles, but my King of Pentacles in reverse, they're a little bit broken. The elevator's just missing that top floor by a couple of inches, not by much. Dancing is going to help clear the head as well as clear blockages in the body so you can have the energy come up and start flowing more easily for you. Okay? So singing and dancing, dancing to music. Boop-a-da-doo-doo, boop-a-da-doo. Okay, so Devyani, we've got a more specific question. She wants to know guidance about long-term romantic connection. Running out of page there. Okay. Let's get started, shall we? Let's get started. Okay. Divyansha Mishra wants to know Arjun's feelings and any action from his side. Broke up December 2022. Okay, let's pick one. Do you want to know feelings or do you want to know what you should expect from him? While you are answering that, I'm going to move down to Jen's message. Jennifer Davis message for today. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Let's see what we get for Ms. Jen. Boopity-doo. We saw this in your private reading yesterday. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Dang it. Justice in reverse. Look at you. Look at you. You're going to have to adjust your prices. Look, this is unfair. This is unfairness with the justice. And this is like, if this is right side up, this is somebody doing an even energy exchange. This is like me giving a reading and somebody paying for a reading when it's right side up like this, okay? This is upside down. The balance is not there. The balance is not there with that justice in reverse. It's another balance card. Basically, the Yeah, you've got things going on here where you're not being fair to yourself. I know you're feeling like, well, I'm not working very much right now, but you're not being fair to yourself in your pricing. Spirit is really nudging you to bump your pricing up. And I can tell you from experience that bumping that pricing up does a couple of things. First of all, it puts more responsibility on you. Like you feel that responsibility when you have the higher prices, you feel that responsibility more to make sure that what you're giving is of great value to the person who comes to you. And you take that more seriously. And I'm not saying that you don't take it seriously now, but it's different when you bring your prices up. And when you're taking your services more seriously, guess what? Other people take your services more seriously. When they book with you, they really want to be there. They show up and they have no problem paying those prices because they know they're getting what they pay for. So, Spirit's nudging you really strongly to bring your prices up. All right. So, divine timing. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. Now, best advice or heads up around the idea of bringing your prices up. 7 of Cups talks about really focusing. 8 of Cups tells us what you're really focusing on. Really focus on coming back. This is my walking back into card. And I'm going to tell you, I think you're walking back into career because you have kind of had a break. You've been more focused on kids. And we know, but you and I both know that that's about to, hopefully, that would be about to change. So now it's a time when you can focus more on your clients. You know, and clients become like family. I'm sure yours are the same way. And so it's time to shift from the family in the home to the family in the work. Shift your focus, going back to that other version of family. And then with the Devil card, this says that you're afraid. Basically, you're afraid to raise your prices here. But Spirit's really reassuring you when you shift your focus onto going back into helping, being of service to the public, to basically your surrogate family, this has to happen. First of all, you're taking yourself more seriously. Other people are taking you more seriously, and they're treating you more like a thing. If you are priced, and I don't even know what your prices are, but what I'm hearing is if you are priced in the bargain basement, people treat you like the bargain basement. They show up or they don't show up. They rummage around and they think maybe this will help me, maybe this won't. No, because pricing shows your confidence that you absolutely can help them and that it is worth something to them. They buy into that and they start taking things more seriously. Okay? This is your own personal fear that you have to work through. And once you break through this terror barrier, let's call it the terror barrier. Once you break through the terror barrier, then you have clients that are taking you more seriously as a service provider. Did you, you're quite welcome. Did you get my email that I sent with the recording yesterday? Because I put a little note in there too. So I got something out of that as well. Even though those last couple readings felt like give me's, I did definitely get something out of mine. And I told you about it. All right, so I think we're done with this page. Does anybody else need to be on the list? I don't see anybody else requesting the list. Okay, so that takes care of Jen. Next, we're looking at Divyansha Mishra, and she let me know. Good morning, Miss Tammy Bamba. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Arjuns, and you said what you should expect. Okay, I'm going to put a time frame on that. I'm going to put a time frame of 6 months, because if we have something that he actually does, we don't want you to wait until you're 86 for him to finally do that. You may want to do some other things while you're expecting. Okay, so we're going to put a time frame on this. We're going to look at within the next 6 months. It's right now the middle of May, so that puts you at what? To the middle of November, what you can expect from Arjun. Alicia, hello, hello, welcome. The gang's all getting in. Everybody's all filing in. Oh, excuse me. What can Divyansha Mishra expect from Arjun towards her over the next 6 months? Will there be anything, and if so, what? We want to know, inquiring minds want to know. Not expecting anything. Yeah, I'm not expecting anything really from Arjun over the next 6 months. Here's what we have that is kind of fascinating to me about these cards is we start off with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, which basically says there will be something from him, but not within our 6-month period. Advice for you here is to move into your own calm, move into your own peacefulness. Appreciation. This talks about showing appreciation to the people who are in your life. There may even be another person that comes into your life with that King of Pentacles, or this could be a father figure, something like that. We would actually look at that, like if you wanted to do a private reading, we would look at who this person is showing up here. But you do want to express appreciation, I'm going to say in general, to the people that you have relationships with. For the things that are good about those relationships, you want to express appreciation to those people. Like if you have a friend who's a really great conversationalist, you want to really express that appreciation. If you have somebody else who's really thoughtful, you want to express that. The more things that we appreciate, the more those things come into us. So that appreciation for the good things coming in through any kind of relationship is just building into ideal relationships for us, not just romantic, but also otherwise as well. So it has a big impact on our lives. And the Eight of Swords here talks about that he may be feeling imprisoned or restricted. That may be part of why he's not really saying anything right now. There may be something else going on in his life where he doesn't really feel like he can be open to reaching out to you. But for you, the important thing is find your peace. Eventually, I don't know when that is, he will be reaching out to you. But for right now, spend your time focused on finding your peace and appreciating those people that you have good relationships with and the good things about those relationships. Let him deal with his stuff. He's got to deal with his stuff. You can't be in the middle of all that. You're quite welcome. All right, so there's that. Now, let's see. Melissa, are you still in the room? Melissa. Let's see. Rhoda wants a message from Spirit. We're still feeling the effects of that Scorpio moon, Miss Rhoda. That's what's going on there. So Scorpio moon has us all doing purges, but it also has us feeling very emotional. Very emotional. Boo, 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 boo. Oh, and divine. Oh my gosh. You missed our manifestation advice, but guess what? It was talking about getting into higher energy. And it basically says that for us to manifest, we need to get into higher energy. And it was talking about music and dancing. So dancing to music. Let's see. So that's Rhoda. We've got her on the list. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Tammy Bambi. I knew there was somebody else I needed to write down. Tammy Bambi. Boop-a-doo-doo. What you need right now? I'm just going to go with message from Spirit then. That sounds like you're trying to say message from Spirit. Let's see. Oh, Eagle doesn't want a message. Eagle has a question. Did I write down that you have a question or did you change it on me? You changed it on me. Okay. Did Miro J tell anyone else the confidential information I shared with him? Okay, that's our question for Melissa. Melissa wants to know if Miro told anyone else the confidential information that she shared with him off the top of the deck, off the bottom of the deck. Will he do that while Melissa still feels like that is confidential? So first is did he, next is will he. Did he? Nope. Will he? He will, but it won't be anytime soon. It will be while you still consider it confidential, though. I like this, the way they put the high priestess up here for the did he, because the high priestess is kind of the keeper of secrets. Does look like whatever you told him kind of rocked his world. Okay? Now, will he? Away from home. Here we see not a whole lot of messages. So this isn't going to be like anybody. This isn't going to be like, oh, I'm just standing on the rooftop blabbing this to everybody. Four of Pentacles. I think there's someone he's telling in the future. I think, to me, this looks like one person that he's telling in the future. And I think because we have that tower up here, I think he's telling it because he might need a little processing. He might need a little input from somebody else to help him process whatever this was that you told him. I do think because it's away from home, I feel like he's talking to somebody that is not, or he will be talking to somebody that's not in your normal sphere of influence. So this feels like somebody that wouldn't know you anyway. So I think he is saying something about it, but he is being discreet. I don't think he's going to do anything that's going to be backfiring on you. Okay, so Devyani wants guidance about a long-term connection. Nimira, oh my goodness, hello. Welcome. You're quite welcome. Melissa. So let's see, we have Namira has a question. Rhoda, I'm not ignoring you. I'm going to read that here in a second because I know I'm coming to your question here soon, or your message. So Namira has a question of move. Okay, so let's look at within the next year, Namira. Move within next. That'll be within the next year from today. I like to put a timeline on my questions so that if we get a yes, you don't wait till you're like 82 and then it happens. All right, so let's see. Devyani, guidance on long-term romantic connection. You're quite welcome. What guidance would you give Devyani regarding a long-term romantic connection. 2 pieces of guidance I'm hearing. Let's see what we have. By the way, guys, if you think I do well in a group setting with just a few cards here and there, you really want to book a private reading with me because I will knock your socks off. I will knock your socks off, baby. All right. What do we have happening here? Okay. All right, so I'm just looking at the first line so far. For who is this? This is for Devyani. So here's the thing, Devyani, you had a situation that where you were really into somebody at some point in the past, and then you weren't so much into them anymore. And this really got you away from manifesting what you actually want. This situation, and maybe there was multiple ones, but there was at least one that really changed your mindset so that now whenever you're looking at any kind of long-term romantic connection, you're not expecting anything good. What you're expecting is a bomb, basically, that's fixing to go off. So guess what? That's what you're manifesting. So what you're manifesting doesn't lead to a successful long-term romantic relationship because somebody did something that you were just like, well, and now you've got that clogged up in here. You haven't processed that and released any energy around that yet. And so now it's clogging up the pipes and it's coloring everything that comes in for you. So you're going to have to process that, forgive that, release that, so that you can actually hope for something that's good. So you don't meet somebody that seems nice and then you go, oh yeah, but he'll probably do blah, 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 blah. All right. Now, here's the second bit of information about long-term romantic partnership. Talks about home and family. This can be like the card that talks about bringing a partner into the home. We'll just read that there. Or you coming into the home with a partner. So that's just spirit confirming, hey, we know what you're talking about. We got you. All right, so 2 of Pentacles. Yeah. Says you have choices as far as long-term romantic partnership. The thing is, your subconscious. You're going to have to do your subconscious work before you're really in a place where the choices that get in front of you are going to be the choices that you would actually want to bring into the home or want to go into their home, whichever way it works out. That you want to make a home with, let's put it that way. So as far as any kind of information about a long-term romantic relationship, right now it looks like the best thing you can do for yourself to have a long-term romantic relationship where you're happy and it works is you can do some self-work to clear out that old baggage that happened from the past so that it's not continuously coloring every experience you have with your next new person all the time. All right, Jackie, hello, welcome. All right, so that's that page, I think. Do I need anything else off of this page as far as scripts? Nope, that's true. All right. Next up, we're looking at Rhoda. Rhoda. Okay, now I want to go back and read what she said. Oh, no. Yep, sometimes, even that Abraham Hicks stuff, sometimes what you just need is some good music. I like, let's see. What's the name of that song? Hang on. It's Katie Tunstall. It's not like the newest song ever. This one helps my energy. I don't know if it'll help yours or not, but I'm going to suggest it anyway. I have a whole playlist. It's called Start the Day Right. Suddenly I See by Katie Tunstall. I like that one. And then I also like Thunder by Imagine Dragons. And then check out Sound of Sunshine by Michael Franti. That's a good one to help you get up. Best Day of My Life. That's by American authors. That's another good one. Send Me on My Way. I love that one by Rusted Root. Follow the Sun, Xavier Rudd. Heck yeah. Those will help your energy. Or maybe you have your own pick. Those help my energy. Jackie, message from Spirit. Let me get you on the list. Boo-ba-doo-doo. I'm not going to guarantee that I'm going to get to everybody who is on the list today, but we're just going to keep putting people on the list. And if I don't get to you, maybe we do maybe you can book me for a 1-question reading or for a live reading or something. Or maybe if I do answer one question, maybe you need more info. Either way, we'll see. But we'll do the best that we can here. We're also going to leave time for chit chat because I like to chat with y'all. Boo-ba-da-doo, boo-ba-da-doo, boo-ba-da-doo-da-doo-doo-doo. Rhoda, message from Spirit for Miss Rhoda. Please, what would you like to say to her today? Everybody else, be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Rhoda. What is going on? Okay. First of all, I'm going to say being away from home for you is not working right now. So I don't know if you're out at work and you just really would do better if you were at home, but being away from home is not working out for you right now. That's basically the literal translation of those cards. Honey bunny, you may be hitting burnout because you've got people around you that I think you're just not happy about the people that you're around today. And this can be just kind of a kind of mood, right? And then we have the 6 of Cups in reverse. This basically says this does not create good memories. Maybe you have somebody around you who is like an ex and you have some really bad memories of them, or there could be something like that actually in your mind that's really bothering you. Or it could be, I think, because I keep coming back to this, like being away from home is not really working out for you today. I think wherever you are, you've got some people that have a terrible attitude around you. You're not seeing any way to turn that attitude around. And the Page of Wands, you're just tired. This is why I'm saying you may be experiencing burnout even. Page of Wands is tired, worn down. Man, I'm just not down with this. I'm not down with dealing with this drama or this anger or whatever this is. I mean, if I got these cards, I would promptly go home, get in my bed, turn on my tablet, watch some Netflix, and pull the blankets over my head with Netflix under the blankets with me. That's what I would do with these cards. Because you obviously need to be rejuvenated, and whoever you're around right now is not working for you. Mm. You don't want to be at home either? Well, being away from home isn't working for you. Mm-mm. Girlfriend, turn on some music and start dancing. If you're in your car, turn on some music. Have those speakers play and leave the door open. Dance in the parking lot. Get your energy up. And then figure out what you're going to do from there. That's what you've been doing at home at night. I would love to do a reading for you and dive in for, okay, specifically, if being away from home isn't working, what do you want her to do at home? Okay, so Tammy B. You're quite welcome. Tammy Bambi, you're up next, honey bunny. I'm going to be here for about 18 more minutes. Everybody, don't forget to put a like on this video and share it out to the world in case somebody else needs a piggyback message or they need a message, whatever. The more people that know about me, the better. Look at that. High Priestess in reverse. I am not well enough known. I need to be more well known. That way I can help more people. It's not about being famous. It's about helping more people. All right. Tammy Bambi, Tammy Bambi, Tammy Bambi. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Ooh, Tammy. This deck wants to talk to you. So we're switching over to Light Seer's deck, at least for yours. Here we go. Tammy Bambi. Everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Boop ba da doo doo. Okay. What's happening here? You've got some kind of payday, first of all, that you're really not sure what to do about. I don't know what's happening here. With the Seven of Pentacles, I do know that there's some kind of pay that is either coming in slow or somebody tried to pay you part of what they owe you. And remember, this can be past, present, or future. I'm going to talk about it as if it's present because the cards are on the table right now. You can put it in time wherever it's appropriate. This Two of Swords is indecisiveness. I think you're really indecisive about what to do. I don't know if you're indecisive about whether you want to confront this person or if you're indecisive about just how much they shorted you, or maybe you're indecisive about how long you're going to let them slide before you say, hey, where's my paycheck? I expected it last Thursday. But there's some kind of indecisiveness around this idea of some kind of paycheck that's not coming to you correctly, or some kind of payday that's not coming to you correctly. Most people don't use checks anymore. Showing my age. All right, now let's look at your best advice or heads up here. King of Swords in reverse. This says that basically whoever you need to talk to about this missing money, they're not going to be very responsive. This is somebody, like, this reminds me of somebody I used to work with as an independent contractor. I would send them text messages saying da 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 da, and then I would never get a response. They would actually update what I sent them a message about, but they wouldn't let me know that they had done anything about it. So I don't know if this person even takes action or not. Just the way this card comes in, whenever you let somebody know, hey, this is not right, they may not respond to you. I would not expect a response to you. Page of Swords in reverse says, man, I have to do some research. I have to dig in and do some research around the situation, around the idea of why I'm not being paid the way that I'm supposed to be paid. Now, whoever this is that's supposed to be paying you, you're definitely going to have to rattle their cage much more than what I normally see for this card in reverse, because this is all about that situation. So you're going to have to do more than, hey, by the way, you forgot that extra $50 bonus or whatever it is. You're going to have to do more than just rattle their cage a little bit. You're going to have to dig in and find the facts, find the information about what they didn't pay you. Because for me, Six of Wands, when we're talking about a financial situation, when it's right side up, you're being very well appreciated. You're being very well paid. When it's in reverse, you're not being paid what you're due. You're not being paid what you're worth, for sure. Okay? The other thing, I'm going to tell you, the other thing that I'm getting for this is it's kind of time to start looking for where else you can work where you are actually appreciated. It's time to dig in for information to find out where you can go that you will be appreciated. And I think it's time to cut ties with these jokers, because these guys come across as jokers to me, especially with that. Especially with that. They're trying to just like keep secrets by not saying anything. They're hoping that, you'll just let it go because you're nice. And they're mistaking that niceness for not feeling like you're worthy of getting the pay that they agreed to. So you're going to have to do something about these people to really dig in to get paid, but it's time to start looking for somebody who is actually going to pay you the correct amount without you having to rattle every single cage and poke a fork through every little hole in the chain link fence to make it happen. Okay. Well, I just got a notice from Norton saying my personal data has been found on public sites. Well, I hope so. I'm advertising like crazy. So anyway, that's your reading. These guys are jokers. I think they're at the end of the line. You should make them pay you what they owe you, and you should find somebody else to get to pay you. Because it should be a privilege for them to pay you, because what you bring to the table should be something that they're very happy to have. It should be a privilege for them to pay you. That's my view. Okay. Now, Namira. Okay, Namira wants to know. Namira from the Netherlands. We're back to the original deck. Will Namira be moving within a year from today? So between now and the middle of May of 2026. Yay! I'm glad you're here. Tammy, I hope that made sense for you. And I'm sorry that you're going through that if it did make sense for you. Okay. Namira. By the way, guys, if you think a quick little reading in public where there's all kinds of energy around us in the chat is pretty good, you should definitely try a private reading with me. I'm telling you. You will be impressed. You won't be sorry. Namira. Will Namira be moving within the next year from today? Wow. I'm going to say yes, you will. You've got some crazy, interesting stuff coming up, though. Ten of Pentacles, I think this is about right now. You don't really feel secure and stable where you are right now. Three of Swords. I think it's beyond not feeling secure and stable. I think this also feels like a heartache or a heartbreak to you that you still are there. Two of Swords talks about making a decision. I think you're just putting a sword in the sand and making a decision here. This talks about moving back somewhere. So maybe back to an old neighborhood or back to somewhere, back to a different type of living situation, but moving back somewhere. And the Tower card tells me, I don't think this is actually bad. It doesn't feel bad to me, but it does tell me it's going to come up as a surprise to you. I think there's going to be, once you make the decision, yes, I am making this happen no matter what. I think there's going to be an opportunity that comes up as a surprise. I think the universe starts really getting, working with you once you make that decision. There's something that comes up as a big surprise here, and you end up moving back to a neighborhood. And like I said, this doesn't feel bad to me. This feels good. Instead of wondering, will I, when you decide, yes, I will, and start taking those steps towards it, that's when Spirit is able to bring you that opportunity. All right, so that was Namira. Okay, Jackie, you are up next. You're quite welcome, Tammy Bambi. Boobity-doo-doo. So, Jackie, message from Spirit, I think. Yes, I didn't write question. Jackie, are you in the room? Boobity-doo-da-da-doo. There she is. Woohoo! All right, let's see what we have for your message from Spirit. Ms. Jackie, everybody else be on the lookout for a piggyback message. Y'all don't forget to share this video with others. I'm going to be here about 9 more minutes. I might even be able to get another reading for one more person or two. Excellent. That's a very good first step. And that makes moving so much easier when you're kind of ready. Okay, Jackie's cards are... Oh, look at that. We just had that one. And we just had that one too. Not right next to each other though. Boop-a-da-doo-da-da-doo, boop-a-da-doo, boop-a-da-doo. 3 new ones there. We saw this on the first spread we did today. I think it was the first one. Yep, it was. Actually, it was on Jen's. All right, so what do we have here? Ah, I love it. So, Jackie, this looks to me like you're finding a way to come away from drama and chaos and create more peace and serenity in your own life. And this tower in reverse covering basically says that you're doing this because there was a huge, dramatic, crazy-making shakeup that happened. And you getting into this new peaceful place is a recovery from that. You're recovering, you're healing from that dramatic shakeup. Okay? Now let's look at your advice or your insight around this. I don't know why this is hitting me this way, but I think you've got somebody around you who does some ridiculously silly things. And they may have to do with some type of addiction issue with my temperance card right next door to that. I feel like that's not your problem, as in I don't see you doing crazy stuff and having an addiction issue, but I do feel like this person has been, and you were very patient with them, because temperance not only talks about sobriety, it also talks about patience. You were patient with them for a very long time. A very long time. And now we have the Page of Cups. I think what's going on here, you're finding calm because this person created a lot of chaos and drama in your life, even though they might not have done it intentionally, but because they don't have calm in their life, it spills over to anybody who gets close to them. And so they created a lot of chaos and drama in your life. That's what made you feel like, okay, I got to maintain my sanity. Let me move towards my calm and chaos. And it definitely is a recovery, but it's something that takes a little time to heal. And then we see this person expressing appreciation for you, which is all well and good. You've definitely been beneficial and helpful to this person. And I think Spirit's saying you should expect that this person is going to express appreciation towards you. Not only should you expect that, you should be aware that you consciously chose your peace and you're still in the process of healing, so that when this person comes and expresses appreciation, you're able to just let it be what it is and not try to make it into something bigger. Because if you try to make this into something bigger, where you get more tangled into this person's web again, then you just defeat the whole purpose that you had of trying to create peace in your life. So spirits want you to be really aware so that you can figure out, before you're actually in the heat of any kind of moment, you've already kind of got in mind, like, what do my boundaries need to be so that I can maintain my peace? Because if you can't maintain your peace, you're no good to yourself and you're no good to anybody else around you either. So Spirit's giving you this heads up. This is coming. if it hasn't already, you want to kind of be thinking about how do I want to handle that when it shows up. Okay? You're quite welcome, honey. All right, guys. Anybody else in here that needs a reading? I've still got 4 more minutes before I was planning on hitting the door. Of course, I'm not going to complain if I have to leave early. Not going to sit here and do nothing. Is there anybody in the room who has not had a reading who would like one? Well, I'm waiting to see if there is. I'm just going to let you guys know if you want to book a private reading with me, I do 30-minute, 45-minute, or 60-minute readings online. You can find out how that all works on my website. That's right there. That's my website. I also do mentoring sessions if you want to learn how to tap into your own intuitive abilities. Same thing right there. You can find out about that. I do Reiki for people. I also teach Reiki. In fact, I've got a Reiki class that's starting on Sunday. If you would like to be a part of that, let me know. If we need to work out some kind of payment arrangement, let me know. Those of you who would like to learn tarot, I do have a new tarot class forming up. I've got a last session of this class that I'm doing right now is Saturday, and then I have a new one that is forming up that will be starting after that. I don't remember what date. Same thing, that is on my website. I cleanse houses if you happen to be in the local neighborhood, well, local, somewhere within Colorado, at least the East Range, excuse me, Eastern Slope or eastern of that. I cleanse houses, and so if you have little ghosties or more negative entities, I will come take care of that for you. You just have to see how that service works. What else do I do? Seems like there's other stuff I'm not talking about. Anyway, check out all my services on my website, and definitely sign up for my newsletter if you have not, because I do weekly predictions for every single sign on my newsletter. You'll be interested in that. And it's also a chance for you to get to know me better. You hear whatever's on the top of my mind, whether that is, who knows what, business, pleasure, sometimes it's political, who knows. And what else? Yeah, I think that's it. Did anybody come in and say they want a message? Aw, thank you, Jackie. I appreciate that. We did do a little bit of Reiki to open up this live stream today. So if you need some Reiki, you can always go back and pull some juice out of that. Reiki is not limited by time or space. So let's see. Yeah, I think I've told you guys everything. Nobody else is asking for a reading. It's time for me to get out of here. Y'all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys back on the next one. Peace out.